Greetings and welcome. I hope that you are doing well today. We have some candles joining us, some nice warm frosted furs, perfect for winter time. Today we're going to be reading some Christmas poems. So sit back and relax to some old-timey Christmas poetry from people who have gone before, while we sit in the warmth of the frosted fir candles. The first poem we have is titled simply Christmas. One word, short and sweet, and to the point. This poem is by William Henry Davies, who lived from 1871 to 1940. Christmas has come. Let's eat and drink. There is no time to sit and think. Farewell to study, books, and pen. And welcome to all kinds of men. Let all men now get rid of care, and what one has let others share. Then 'tis the same, no matter which of us is poor or which is rich. Let each man have enough this day, since those that can are glad to pay. There's nothing now too rich or good for poor men, not the king's own food. Now like a singing bird my feet touch earth, and I must drink and eat. Welcome to all men, I'll not care what any of my fellows wear. Will not let cloth divide our souls. They'll swim stark naked in the bowls. Welcome, poor beggar, I shall not see that hand of yours dislodge a flea, while you sit at my side and beg, or right foot scratching your left leg. Farewell, restraint, we will not now measure the ale our brains allow, but drink as much as we can hold. We'll count no change when we spend gold. This is no time to save, but spend, to give for nothing, not to lend. Let foes make friends, let them forget the mischief-making dead that fret. The living with complaint like this, he wronged us once, hate him and his. Christmas has come, let every man eat, drink, be merry all he can. Ale's my best mark, but if port wine or whiskey's yours, let it be mine. No matter what lies in the bowls, we'll make it rich with our own souls. Farewell to study, books, and pen, and welcome to all kinds of men. What did you think of that poem? It was fun and a little boisterous indeed, carrying much merry spirit that we all need, don't you think? We have another one of the same title as the last, which is just the one word, Christmas. This is by Seymour, Maclean. The birthday of the Christ child dawneth slow, out of the opal east in rosy flame, as if a luminous picture in its frame, Look on us from the heavens, divinest one, and let us hear through the slow-moving years, long centuries of wrongs and crimes and tears, the echo of the angel's song again, peace and goodwill, goodwill and peace to men. A little space makes silence that our ears, filled with the din of toil and moil and pain, may catch the jubilant rapture of the skies, the glory of the choirs of paradise. The hills still tremble when the thunders cease of the loud passion, and again through the rapt stillness steals the hymn of peace, melodious and sweet its far refrain, dying in distance as the shadows die of white wings vanished up the morning sky, as farther still and thinner, more remote, a film of sound, the aerial voices float, peace and goodwill, goodwill and peace to men. This next poem is a fun one by Hattie Howard, and it's called Christmas Bells. Ring out, O bells, in joyous chime, again we hail the Christmas time, in melting, mellow atmosphere, the crown and glory of the year. When bitterness, distrust, and awe dissolve like ice in winter's thaw, beneath the genial touches of amenity, goodwill, and love, when flowers of affection grow like edelweiss mid-alpine snow, in leaves serene and beautiless, unused to warmth or tenderness, let goodness, grace, and gratitude revive in music's interlude, band notes till time shall cease, proclaim the blessed reign of peace. Ring Christmas bells, for at the sound sweet memories of him abound, who laid aside a diadem to be the babe of Bethlehem. That was rather a nice, jolly poem. I really liked that one. The next one is by Jean Blewett, who lived from 1862 to 1934, and the title of this poem is 2 words, Christmas Conversation, and it looks super fun. Are you ready? I can see her in the kitchen, apron on and sleeves rolled up, measuring spices in a teaspoon, figs and raisins in a cup. Now she's throwing apple quarters in that wooden bowl of hers, along with lemon peel and orange, and she stirs and stirs and stirs. Then she takes her knife and chops it, chops so fast her hand just flies. Now I know what Ma is up to, making mincemeat for the pies. I smell Christmas in our kitchen, and my heart gets big and glad, and I somehow fall to wishing that I wasn't quite so bad. And I tell myself I'll never treat her marbles anymore, nor make faces at my teacher nor hang round the corner store. Instead of going on my errands, never touch the cookie pail, nor play hooky and go skatin', nor tie cans on Rover's tail. Never let ma think it's spellings, when it's only Robin Hood. With the gladness comes the wishin' to be, oh, just awful good. About this time of year it takes me, Pa, he doesn't understand, always says, "You sly young codger, you know Christmas is at hand." But it isn't that, it's something. Can't explain it very well. Takes me when Ma fills the kitchen with this juicy Christmas smell. When she chops the spices and raisins with the peels and northern spies, sleeves rolled up above her elbows, making mincemeat for the pies. I feel like I started that poem without an accent, and as I read more, the accent just crept in, because the words of the poem, all those A-N asterisk, not A-N-D, and. That was fun and hilarious. My two favorite parts were with this juicy Christmas smell. I need to start using that in regular phrases in my life and say juicy Christmas smell, because that is awesome. I also like the part where our narrator says, "Nor tie cans on Rover's tail." Of course, Rover's the dog. It's such a funny name for a dog because it's so classic in a way. And tying cans on Rover's tail definitely harkens of days gone by. And it is very, very naughty indeed. In the spirit of that jolly old poem, where my accent, as if I were a little boy from days gone by, country town, I'm going to read this next poem, which is similar. So hang on to your blankets and your pillows, because this one's gonna be crazy. The next poem that I'm going to read is by Ella Wheeler Wilcox, who lived from 1855 until 1919. And this one is called Christmas Fancies. When Christmas bells are swinging above the fields of snow, we hear sweet voices ringing from lands of long ago. And etched on vacant places are half-forgotten faces of friends we used to cherish and loves we used to know. When Christmas bells are swinging above the fields of snow, uprising from the ocean of the present surging near, we see with strange emotion that is not free from fear. That continent Elysian, long vanished from our vision, youth's lovely lost Atlantis, so mourned for and so dear, uprising from the ocean of the present surging near. When gloomy gray Decembers are roused to Christmas mirth, the dullest life remembers there once was joy on earth, and draws from youth's recesses some memory it possesses, and gazing through the lens of time exaggerates its worth. When gloomy gray December is roused to Christmas mirth, when hanging up the holly or mistletoe I wish each heart recalls some folly that lit the world with bliss. Not all the seers and sages, with wisdom of the ages, can give the mind such pleasure as memories of that kiss. When hanging up the holly or was made for loving, and love alone repays. As passing years are proving, for all of time's sad ways, there lies a sting in pleasure, and fame gives a shallow measure, and wealth is but a phantom that mocks the restless days. For life was made for loving, and only loving pays. When Christmas bells are belting the air with silver chimes, and silences are melting to soft melodious rhymes, let love the world's beginning, and fear and hate and sinning. Let love, the God eternal, be worshipped in all climes, when Christmas bells are belting the air with silver chimes. Do you have a favorite so far? I think my top 2 favorites so far, from the ones that we have read, which are of course but a drop in the bucket of all poetry, has to be Christmas Bells by Hattie and Christmas Conversation by Jean Blewett. Those were fun and jolly and hilarious. We have one final poem to wrap up our time of poetry today. It's been a wonderfully frosted fur occasion with our scented candles, don't you think? The last poem is by John Kendall, and it's called Christmas Greetings. Christmas comes but once a year, though by nature snappy. Let us, as we may, appear merry, friend, and happy. Buckle to, and when you meet your thunder-stricken fellow creature, show the broad indulgent smile of the ingenuous crocodile. Look as if you'd backed a winner, laugh, you miserable sinner. Brother Christmas Day has come. Can't you seek for inspiration in the turkey, plum pudding, beef, and mince pie? Brave it out, and though you sit on tenterhooks, remain a Briton. You can only do your best. Boxing Day's a day of rest. Throw aside your small digestive eccentricities. Be festive. Christmas Day is on the wing. Are you feeling wroth with one for anything? Beg his pardon forthwith, though the right is all on your side. Say it isn't. Say, of course, I'd no intention. Very rude, shocking taste, but misconstrued. Then, while I admit it's horrifying, tell the man you're sorry. Christmas Day will soon have flown. If, despite persuasion, you resolve to be alone on the glad occasion, better do as I have done, vanish with a scattergun. If you have to see it through,